everybody. Welcome back. We are diving deep today into keeping clinical trial participants engaged.
That's right.
And we're actually looking at a report from the Global Costing Task Force.
Yeah.
This is aimed at clinical trial financial management teams. So you're probably thinking, what does this have to do with me?
Right.
Stick with us, though, because this is all about keeping people engaged and happy in clinical trials.
Exactly. And that's so important.
Yeah. So, I mean, even if you're not running trials yourself, I think you can relate to this.
Absolutely.
Because, like, the idea that something as simple as keeping participants in the loop about payments
Yes.
can drastically improve a trial's success.
It really can.
So what's so interesting to you about this?
Well, it's kind of like this. The financial side of things is often overlooked.
Right.
But, when you think about it, it's so important to the overall participant experience.
Sure.
Just the practical matters.
Yeah.
Making sure people feel informed about what to expect and that those things are taken care of so they can really focus on the trial itself.
Okay, so I'm imagining, right, I sign up for a clinical trial.
Mm-hmm.
What are some of the first things I'm going to want to know?
Well, one of the first things a lot of people ask is, when do I get paid?
Makes sense.
How does that work?
Yeah.
So it's really important to be upfront about those details.
Yeah.
So, instead of waiting for them to ask, proactively send them a clear breakdown of the payment schedule.
Like a schedule.
Yeah, the method of payment, who to contact.
If they have any questions.
Exactly.
Yeah, that makes sense. It's like when I order something online,
Totally.
I want to know when it's shipping, where it is, when it's going to be here.
Absolutely.
I'm going to get those updates that make me feel confident.
Like you know what to expect.
Yeah.
Less stressed about the whole thing.
Yeah, exactly.
Exactly. And just like those shipping updates, keeping people, regularly communicating is key.
Yeah.
Emails and text messages are really good for this.
Yeah.
It allows for quick updates, reminders about upcoming appointments, and even just a thank you for your participation.
Right. So it's not just about the business side of it. It's about building a relationship with the participants.
Yes, definitely.
Yeah.
You have to think about it from their perspective.
Right.
Participating in a trial can be a big decision.
Sure.
They might be dealing with a health condition. They're taking time out of their busy schedules.
Yeah.
Maybe even feeling anxious about the unknown.
Yeah, I can see that.
So, regular communication helps build trust, reduces that anxiety,
Yeah.
and ultimately makes them more likely to stick with the trial.
So if I were participating in a trial,
Yeah.
right, what kind of communication would I find helpful?
That's a great question.
Like, would I want a weekly update, even if nothing's changed, or just like if something new is happening?
Yeah, that's a great point because it really highlights the need to understand your participant population.
Yeah.
Some people might want those frequent updates.
Uh-huh.
Others might prefer more minimal contact.
Right.
So the key is to offer options and kind of tailor your approach to their needs.
To each person.
Yes, and their preferences.
Yeah, that's really interesting. So it's about finding that sweet spot
Yes.
between keeping them informed and overwhelming them. And actually, the report talks about a really clever strategy.
Okay.
Having like a well-structured FAQ section.
Oh, FAQs are so valuable.
Yeah.
Anticipate those common questions participants might have. Everything from when will I receive my first payment to what happens if I need to reschedule an appointment.
Yeah.
Having those answers readily available
Right.
saves everyone time, reduces that potential confusion.
And probably a lot of back and forth, too.
Exactly. And here's where it gets really interesting.
Okay.
Studies have shown participants who feel well-informed are significantly more likely to complete a trial.
Really?
Yeah, in fact, we're talking about a 60% increase in retention rates.
Wow. 60%? That's huge.
It is.
So this is not just about being polite or organized.
Yeah.
This communication strategy has a real measurable impact
Exactly.
on the trial's success.
And it makes sense.
Yeah.
When people feel informed and respected, they're more likely to be engaged and committed.
Yeah. I mean, this applies to way more than just clinical trials.
It really does.
It's like any situation where you need people to be on board and invested.
Absolutely.
Like if you're working on a project with people or even just in your own personal relationships, just keeping that communication open is so important.
Definitely.
So I think as we wrap up this deep dive, I have a question for everybody listening.
Okay.
How can you apply these principles of proactive communication in your own life?
Yeah.
How can you ensure that the people you work with, your family, your friends, whoever,
Right.
They feel informed, respected, and valued.
Yeah.
That's something to think about. Until next time, keep diving deep.
Absolutely.
Thanks for listening.
You. See ya.